You ever feel like your devices are a never-ending game of Jenga? One wrong move and, yep, this happens. So I'm on a mission to fix that with a little DIY magic. I'm calling it the wall cradle. Pretty cool, huh? Simple, sturdy, and made from reclaimed pallet wood. And hopefully it'll save my sanity. So why don't you come along and help me bring this thing to life?
Behold, the modern craftsman returns to his lair, tablet in hand, determination in mind, and absolutely no idea where anything else is. Some call it a workshop, others a cautionary cluttered tale. But today, amidst the chaos, a singular purpose rises: to build the wall cradle, a permanent sanctuary for this oft-buried slab of technology. No more stacking, no more sliding, no more tablet avalanches. Let the build begin. Before assembly begins, a crucial step must take place, transforming these crusty, splinter-laden survivors of pallet life into uniformly flat masterpieces of engineering readiness. The goal, not perfection but consistency, a unified thickness, like a team of soldiers, if those soldiers were made of reclaimed pine and regret. Precision instruments confirm it, mission flatten accomplished. Armed with his trusty chop saw, the builder now enters what scientists refer to as beast mode. Off go the ugly ends, precision optional, motivation unquestionable. Now begins the process known in ancient woodworking circles as making it not wonky. One edge straight, then the other, then back again like a lumber cha-cha slide until every board is gloriously parallel. Because in the wild world of DIY, square is not just a shape, it's a lifestyle. This is how true wall cradle symmetry is born. With all boards now straight, square and gloriously parallel, the builder returns to his trusty chop saw to begin the sacred rite of final dimensioning. Is there a more efficient way to do this? Almost certainly, but our subject is a proud practitioner of the ancient craft known as figure it out as you go. One cut at a time, one questionable measurement at a time, progress by pants seat propulsion. Observe now, the builder faces a crucial moment, selecting the bottom piece for what will become the sacred resting place of his digital oracle, also known as the iPad. With a graceful swipe through the table saw, he trims it to the perfect width, not a width, the one width that feels right. But he does not stop there. Oh no. He introduces a 15-degree bevel, because in the wild, tablet cradles must tilt slightly to prevent spontaneous slippage, panic and digital devastation. It is a subtle cut, a powerful cut, a cut with intent. Observe now the builder confronting a classic evolutionary dilemma. He must cut a precise half-moon shape without the proper tools. First, he traces the curve with a bucket, the apex of DIY ingenuity. Next, he attempts the cut with a reciprocating saw, an act of desperation only slightly more elegant than gnawing it out with his teeth. But wait, a breakthrough! After considerable pacing, grumbling and mumbling to oneself, the correct term finally emerges from the fog of the mind. The oscillating multi-tool, yes, that majestic jittery beast of many talents. With great relief, the builder hacks away at the cut like a caffeinated beaver, until at last the shape is free, albeit a bit rough around the edges. A brief sanding session with the palm sander proves mostly symbolic, but the small drum sander attached to the drill press saves the day, bringing smoothness to chaos and peace to the workshop once more. Now we witness a rare and delicate ritual, the cleansing of the wild pallet board. Once a crude beast of shipping yards and soggy back alleys, it is slowly being transformed into something almost elegant. With the palm sander in hand, the craftsman gently erases years of grime, neglect and questionable stains of unknown origin. Layer by layer, the rustic crust falls away, revealing grain patterns that haven't seen daylight since disco was in fashion. It is, in its own way, a rebirth. The board was once broken, jagged and forgotten, but now it is destined for cradlehood. Truly a phoenix from the pallet ashes. Ah yes, the builder prepares for the final union. With the grace of a surgeon and the steady hand of a caffeine-fueled craftsman, he bores tiny portals, ensuring the wood does not protest the nails soon to follow. One by one, The delicate finish nails are driven home, each tap a promise of permanence, a task often overlooked by the impatient, but not by our subject. No, he knows it's not just a tablet cradle, it's a legacy, held together by precision. And yeah, an unnecessarily intense amount of focus. Some say he once bent a nail just by staring at it. We cannot confirm this, but we wouldn't be surprised. Here we observe the shaping of the outer support limbs, triangular appendages that shall one day cradle the mighty tablet. With graceful passes of the palm sander, the rough-cut sides are softened, burrs banished, and geometry honoured. And then more sanding. Was it necessary? Questionable. Was it satisfying? Undeniably. This, dear viewer, is not just woodworking, it is therapy in circular motion, a meditation in sawdust. With his prey now fully milled and sanded, the Homo sapien DIY getter-done-aus begins the sacred ritual of the dry fit. A process as much about precision as it is about pretending everything's going to fit the first time. Here he marks his wedge, not to be confused with a fashion wedge, though arguably both require a strong sense of balance. He employs the mighty speed square, a tool revered by builders and feared by geometry dropouts worldwide. One wedge down, he uses it as a guide to shape the second. Ah yes, the copy the first and hope for the best technique, a classic move in the wild. And there it is, the universal symbol of DIY resignation. With a shrug that says, precision is overrated, he embraces the ancient woodworker's creed. When in doubt, cut again. Back at it, the creature takes a more thoughtful approach, measuring twice, perhaps even thrice. A rare behaviour previously thought to be mythical. And behold, the final test fit, a perfect union, no gaps, no shame, a triumph forged in sawdust and sheer stubbornness. With the plan now fully imagined and the test fits complete, the builder moves into the final phase assembly. But the oak has other ideas. This is no ordinary wood, no, this is pallet oak, forged in the fires of forklift hell, denser than logic, harder than his last 3 relationships. As is tradition, glue is applied with the precision of a man who knows full well that half of it is about to drip where it shouldn't. Now begins the fastening, nail by nail, tap by tap, a quiet symphony of gentle violence. Each strike both secures and redeems, holding firm the very idea that yes, you can build functional furniture out of literal trash. With the front secured, he flips the piece, a delicate maneuver best described as graceful adjacent. More glue, more fasteners. By this point, he's entered what scientists call the adhesion zone, a state of flow where all you know is squeeze, align, and hammer without blinking. Finished nails rain down like meteors of commitment, no turning back now. What once was a pile of discarded boards is now a cradle, not for a child, but for something equally fragile. His sanity. This is not, as some might assume, like putting lipstick on a pig. No, this is preparation. A delicate step in transforming rough-hewn pallet wood into something worthy of the phrase modern rustic minimalism. With blue painter's tape and surgical precision, he masks the face of the cradle. Even rugged beauty deserves a clean edge. Because nothing says, I know what I'm doing, like unnecessarily overmasking a piece of wood that's already seen 3 lifetimes of abuse. Ah, yes, the craftsman's secret weapon. Wood putty. A mystical paste capable of concealing shame, smoothing sins, and pretending those gaps were totally intentional. Once applied, he returns with the sander, not to erase mistakes, but to blend them into the narrative of handcrafted excellence. Because nothing screams custom build like filler holding it all together. Behold, the ceremonial fitting of the tablet, not for size, but for power. Electricity, that is. Through intense deliberation and a sacred rite known as measuring stuff, he determines the perfect portal, then drills without hesitation. Future generations will charge here, and they shall never know the effort it took to not just eyeball it. What appears to be a simple rattle of the spray can, well, it's actually a time-honoured dance passed down from generations of DIY mystics. The chosen finish, semi-gloss black, elegant, bold, and just a bit flammable. The first coat is applied with precision. Then, though the viewer shall never witness it, there is drying, sanding follows, and a second, smoother coat. The result, a finish so smooth it could negotiate peace treaties. With the patience of a sculptor and the flair of a magician revealing his final act, our craftsman unveils the masterpiece beneath the tape. Oak so rich it practically whispers, "Oil me." Behold, the final elixir, a potion of polywhatsit with a sheen so divine, Renaissance painters might have wept. The sacred seal is broken, the ritual begins. Each stroke imbues the cradle with immortality, or at the very least some decent water resistance. And there it is, oak grain glistening like dragon scales under a torchlight. This is no longer mere pallet wood. This, dear viewer, is art. At long last, the noble cradle is mounted, secured with the confidence of a man who's finally using a stud finder instead of guessing. The tablet settles into place, it fits, it charges, civilization may now resume. From forgotten pallet to permanent fixture, this creation now stands as a symbol of ingenuity, stubbornness, and a deep commitment to getting it done, even without all the proper tools. If you enjoyed watching this chaotic marvel come together, do consider subscribing. Tap the like button, leave a comment, maybe something poetic like Ode to the Sanded Oak. Or don't, but just know, if this video doesn't get at least one new subscriber, a pallet weeps in silence.